Hi, welcome. So I've been getting a message, this deep inner knowing that I'm supposed to do a reading tonight. Don't know really why, other than the message is that it's for maybe a few very specific people, maybe just one. So I'm just doing it. I may not even share this, who knows? But so I spent some time really feeling into the energy. I'm really unsure about it, but I am going to use the following decks. So we're going to do some overall energy from the Green Witches Oracle deck. I haven't used this one a lot. It's like the message I was getting was like pull out these because they have a certain vibe or energy to them. And then we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot. That's all the rage now. It is a really beautiful deck, but it has its own energy. The Dixit cards, I pulled out a stack and like put some back, pulled out others, without looking at them, just sort of like intuitively pulled it together, this deck out of hundreds of cards. And then we're using the Spirit Song Tarot to clarify. And it's, again, something I haven't used much. And so I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen and who this is for or for what time frame. But apparently yesterday and today I kept getting the message, like, just sit down and do this reading. And there is somebody who keeps coming through to me. Now, this is new. I don't get a ton of like direct knowings from specific people who've passed or crossed to the other realm. I still don't even know how to talk about it because it's so new to me. Sometimes it happens in my Reiki sessions and it's like, oh, okay. But it's not something in just everyday life that happens with me. So I'm trusting that because this person keeps coming to mind, and it's not like they were in my life. I just knew of their passing because it was shared on social media, and for some reason they are saying, do this reading, and I'm like, okay. And maybe it's for one of their loved ones. I don't know. So when I share it, it might just be for somebody in my local community. I don't know. Or it might be for, who knows how things work over there. I have no clue. So thank you for having me sit down and do this reading, and we'll just see what comes through. And it might just be a very specific message. And for all of you, get a bowl of popcorn. If it's not for you, maybe it'll be entertaining anyway. I have no idea. That's not what this is about. It's really just honoring the message of sit down, do it. Just sit down and do it and listen deeply. So here we go. Spring, rebuilding, awakening, rebirth. Fog, obscurity, feeling lost. And last, we have snow, rest, contemplation. So I'm going to see if there's any nuggets here. Yeah, this is the one. About these. And I haven't even used this. I have no idea what order they're in. Spring, maybe it's certainly not. Oh, I remember this. I'm like, why? There's no organization to this book. So you just sort of have to like look in the back. 150, and again, it's not alphabetical. 115, 113, 111. Oh, that's interesting. These are all, and I've shuffled these a million times before, and yet these are coming up in reverse order. Spring, fog, snow. There's got to be something to that. I just got some chills. Like, that is really strange. So, here we go. Spring. They're short. I think I can read them all. Rebuilding, awakening, rebirth. Card meaning: the reawakening of the earth is always inspiring. New life is on the horizon. It can be invigorating to witness the stirring of energy after a long rest. Spring tells you that it's time for new beginnings. It's the perfect time to launch a new project, or if there are things you previously put on hold, the spring card suggests that now is an auspicious time to revisit them. You will bring a refreshed perspective to this project and a new level of energy that you didn't have before. Perhaps all that was needed was a new approach after some time away and a new burst of motivation and determination. Reflection: is there a project you want to launch that you've previously ignored? Okay, that's fine. Fog, obscurity, feeling lost. Sometimes, for whatever reason, you can't see clearly. You find it difficult to think through an issue, or you feel lost in a sea of information. You may feel directionless or unable to identify a clear goal or path to a desired outcome. Being lost in fog or feeling foggy can challenge your sense of stability. Fog isn't a solid obstacle, however. It's like a veil, temporarily blurring your surroundings. Just because you can't see clearly doesn't mean the path isn't there. Carefully feel your way forward one step at a time. Perhaps you need to move in a different direction to reach your new destination. Oh, it didn't say the word new. To reach your destination. Sometimes all it takes is looking at a problem in a new way. The fog card prompts you to practice looking at things from other points of view. Reflection. Do you have a problem plaguing you that could benefit from a different perspective? Don't we all? Snow. Rest, contemplation. Snow plays a variety of roles in the winter season. In a garden, snow adds nutrients, elements, and moisture to the soil. It also acts as an insulator, keeping the ground and plants protected from major temperature fluctuations. The peace of a snowfall invites you to release the stress you've been carrying, but snow isn't always peaceful. Snowstorms force you to sit still, shutting down activity and travel. Without your typical choices, storms force you to confront what you might have been avoiding. The snow card asks you to reflect on the past. Time gives you a clearer head with which to review these events. Snow can help you work through your emotions and see the past in a more balanced fashion. Trust what may seem like a slowdown, because it could be exactly what you need to stay safe. Reflection. What good things can you carry forward in life? What can you release? So it's interesting. Is there a project you want to launch that you've previously ignored? Do you have a problem plaguing you that could benefit from a different perspective? And what good things can you carry forward in life? What can you release? So whatever maybe this project is that you've been thinking about or that you've had on the back burner, is it because there's a problem from you need to see things from a new perspective, and that's why you've put it on hold? And trying to understand what you can take forward and what can you release to bring this to fruition. I don't know. We'll see. Interesting though. You never know what's going to happen. Okay. I'm going to move these over to the overall space so you can see those. Okay. Thank you for that. Let's go ahead and something was coming to me, a different way to kind of lay out the cards, so we'll see what happens. See, it's something I haven't done before. Again, it's all new. I never use these cards, not since I really bought them and tried them out once or twice. So everything's new here. We're in uncharted territory. Thank you, Spirit. I don't think any of these want to flip. I feel that energy is more like, well, I guess it did want to flip. There's the Six of Pentacles. Every time I say it doesn't want to flip, it flips out. Hi, Agador. I'm my co-pilot here. You can't really see him. He's a sweetie. And he brings a different energy. Remember when Jellybean was in here? That was a different energy. And then Agador's like, yeah, this is the calm one. Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups. So we have the Six of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Cups, and then the Nine of Cups. There's something about this this, there's like a generosity in the Six of Pentacles, but that's not exactly what this is saying. And then there's the Ace of Cups followed by the Nine of Cups. What I'm going to do is pull the next couple of cards, and it wants to be shuffled. I wonder if this does have to do with... There's something about your self-expression here. Maybe possibly through this project. Where the Six of Pentacles is like it's like this healthy balance sort of energy that, oh, I got chills, or I think we're on the right track, of where maybe in the past you've fluctuated between extremes. The Six of Pentacles is saying now there's a healthy balance with what you're giving of yourself. You're like, now you have this kind of inner abundance. You're feeling that, where now it's like, okay, now I can give freely out of pure generosity, just like, please have this. And maybe that's that gift of yourself that you're, this, whatever you're embarking on or bringing to fruition here, whether it's a project or whatever this is, now it's like you feel like you're finally in a place where you can give freely of yourself without diminishing yourself. So it's like you're pouring from a full cup, basically. And this Ace of Cups says, this is me, my self-expression through my heart center. I'm no longer up here. Got chills again. And then it's ultimately leading to this Nine of Cups, which is like this sense of like, you're like just full on you. I mean, look at this. There's a treasure chest. There's all these full cups. You're just full on self-expression, fully in your joy. And this sense of satisfaction with yourself and being able to share your true nature, your gifts of the heart with the world. Okay, whew. I had to sit on that one a second. I was like, this feels more about self-expression and giving of yourself from a full cup, from that sense of like inner abundance. I don't know how else to say it. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what's coming next. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is very interesting, and the Seven of Pentacles. Oh gosh. Okay, so the Queen of Swords here, when you're moving into this space of self-expression, and we talked about the balance. Okay, things are weird. I'm hot and cold at the same time, and it's not one of those menopause ones where it's like hot flash and then I turn cold after being hot. It's these chills, dang it. I'm like, my body's weird right now. I can't tell if I'm hot or cold. Okay, so that's just what happens. It's my thing. I don't know how else to describe it. The Queen of Swords is saying now you're fully in your power of your deepest inner knowing. Like you're balanced between the head and the heart now. Remember when I said before you might have flowed between the extremes? Oh, my body's weird, guys. I'm sorry you have to look at this. I knew this reading was going to be different. I just knew it. I'm high and cold. The flu's going around. It better not be the start of like flu symptoms. This isn't even wood. I have no wood in here. Okay, anyway, this is about you stepping into your power, and you are definitely in a place of like, you are firm in your commitment and your sense of self. You are acting out of the heart, but you also have this clarity of mind that maybe you haven't felt before. And that's where we're moving through the fog into a state of clarity, into a new perspective. Wow. And I feel like the Seven of Pentacles is, oh God, I just got the more chills. Like you are taking your sweet, sweet time in cultivating these gifts that you're sharing. And we're going from a 6 to a 7. There's definitely a growth here that's continuing. The first expression is you stepping out and saying you're giving without expecting anything in return. And through that, you get the gift of like, these gifts are going to keep coming and coming, and you're going to have more and more to share. Okay, let's do one more to top it off. Let's see. There's just this, there's 2 here. There's too many. Too many! Okay. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. I love, look at all these cards. None of these have a face that's like staring right at us. That's the thing that's jumping out to me. Is like, this is all about you right now in the best way. This isn't like an ego thing. It's not a selfish thing. It is you fully stepping into your self-expression that you've maybe haven't been able to really feel like you could show before. And so now you are like fully in this state of flow and balance, like with all the elements. So there's this like ease of juggling these different aspects of self between heart and mind. And there's just like this fluidity to you. I'm just curious. Yes, the Page of Swords. There's definitely, I'm going to pull this out because I knew there was a reason I looked at it. So we're going to put this Page of Swords here as a reminder that you have this. Again, she's not even looking at us. She's looking down. The Page of Swords is this, traditionally it's this enthusiasm for learning, but it's like you're fully on your path. Look, she's walking really easily. She's not even looking where she's going, and she's walking so easily over these chasms. And it's like, and you're led by your own, like, swords are of the mind. So you are this clarity. Look at these light bulbs. Like, you're fully clear. You're in your study of cultivating your gifts, and you're walking over, like, there's such a flow state here that's happening. So what I'd like to do is, for some reason, I was called to use these storytelling cards. They're called Dixit. Many of you might have heard of them. They're beautiful, and they're full-on intuition. There's no prior meanings to these assigned. They're just pure whatever story comes to mind. And so I don't know why I was led to use these, but we're going to do it. I don't even know how many we need. Well, since, again, nothing wants to pop out here, maybe we'll just have to feel into when we want to stop. Oh, I haven't seen that before. Don't worry, I'll hold these up. Don't worry, as if you're worried. Ooh. I don't think I've gotten any of these before. Wow. I usually like to stop with 3. 3 is a good number. So we have this, it looks like a yield sign, but this person is like crawling out of the sign. It's like they're no longer yielding. They're no longer playing by rules. It's like they're, and oh, wow. Yeah, there's just this sense of like no longer yielding. And then I got chills. This is, it looks like a tree that's both, it's almost like the inverse is below, and it's like that tree of life, but it's like as above, so below. But there's this different quality to the between the above and the below. It's like the yin and yang again, yin and yang. Oh, I love the detail in this. This gives me like shamanistic energies here. I don't know why. I guess because the tree, like the lower world, the upper world. This feels really deep. Not dark, but deep, as in there is an worldly kind of feeling here. I don't, when I said yin and yang, I don't think it's just about that balance of how one turns into the other. It's almost like whatever these gifts, I feel like it has to do with your gifts. This, when I said as above, so below, and the way the yin and yang are always constantly flowing into each other and turning into each other. It's like there's this alchemy gift you might have, the ability to alchemize. Oh, I don't know, because this, you're not playing by the normal rules. You're jumping out of the yield sign. Like no one's slowing you down now. It's like you have your own playbook. I don't do sports, whatever that means to you. It's theirs. There's no more rules where you're going. And then this one's wild. Literally, this looks like some gorillas poking a television. It gives off like 2001 Space Odyssey vibes. But it's like, oh, weird. And look at those tree roots again. They're fully exposed. This is wild. I'm gonna have to like really feel into this, because it's like it's like you are a bridge between worlds. That's something to do with, and I wonder if that's why in this reading, like I got this feeling, this kind of like this knowing, and this name of this person was like, you have to do this reading. And it's like, ooh, something's not going to look like anything in your world that you know, that you can look at. Like, you are having to leave behind some old ways of thinking. You're seeing a new perspective. You're no longer yielding or playing by the rules. Sorry, I'm cold, I'm hot, I don't know what's going on. And there's this full-on in your self-expression, sharing your gifts, and you're in a flow state. And here we are it's turning a little bit very like otherworldly, like shamanistic, a bridge between worlds, the lower world, the upper world concept of shamanism. And here we are in it's like an alien planet where these gorillas are like poking a TV because they've never seen it before. It's like this technology that they have no use for. And it's like the things of this world are like, we don't really need them. There's something emerging in you where you're just, the world around you is not really, you don't need that stuff anymore as a distraction. You certainly don't need it as a distraction. And that's maybe what you're leaving behind, is anything that's like you're cutting away. Again, this message keeps coming too. You're cutting away whatever is not meant for this, these gifts you're going to be sharing. So Spirit, will you help us clarify, like, what are we talking about here? Thank you. I feel like I just want to pull a few more cards, not really clarifying any of these. They just want some different ones here. Thank you, Spirit. Temperance, balance, harmony. Well, we certainly have that with the Two of Pentacles. And temperance is like that divine. There's a divine element to temperance. And again, that alchemy with the Temperance card is coming through again. And then the Three of Acorns, which is the Three of Wands, foresight and exploration. And there's this triangle here. Again, I was thinking of the triangle on the Temperance card in the traditional tarot deck. And here it is. The triangle just popped right in. There's something about alchemy here. Are you a magician? The World, fulfillment and celebration. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is whatever this is, it's huge. There's this divine alchemy, and the Three of Wands is that foresight and exploration. It's like you're embarking on something huge, and it's culminating with this ultimate fulfillment and celebration of the World. The World card is the final major arcana card in the deck. It's like the Fool's Journey. That's where it ends. Well, not always restarts, only to take you at a new higher level of understanding based on where you've been. So basically, this is your ultimate journey through life, this lifetime. It ends with you like fulfilling your purpose of why you came here. I mean, I'm getting chilled. This is like, I don't know what else to do here, because what are we curious about? What are we curious about? Do you know what these gifts are? Because right now, this could be pretty vague. Unless you're feeling into it and you feel like this is really for you. Because I keep saying shaman, I'm going to get out the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And let's just see, like, Spirit, what... help us understand what this is really all about. Thank you. Is there something we need to understand to really get more specific here, or to really just trying to even understand what this is about? Now, oftentimes I don't need to know the details. Like, I don't have to know the exact, for example, project or the gifts or what your journey is. But I kind of want to see if for some reason this deck, well, because it's the Shaman Oracle, was popping out at me. Thank you, Spirit. The Ancient Ones. Okay. Let's see what they have to say. Number one, that's the first one in the whole deck. Funny. I don't think I've ever read this one before. I'm not sure. The essence. The Ancient Ones are the shamans of old who defeated death and escaped from the tyranny of time. The Ancient Ones once walked the earth like us in flesh and bone. Now they reside in infinity and can counsel us after we say yes to our calling. They are available to help us attain our full realization. The invitation. The Ancient Ones are inviting you to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for the earth. Oh, that's it. That's all. Just a little project. Go ahead. Find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. I knew this was big. It just felt big. If you accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. Do not hesitate to bite off more than you can chew because you have unlimited spiritual resources available right now. The medicine. The Ancient Ones beseech you to examine your attitudes and actions and be sure that they are of the highest integrity. Not forgiving an ancestor or yourself is keeping you from the freedom you seek. Remember, this is no longer your karma. You can break the chains that once bound you to the family drama and be free of your generational curses. Forgive the ones you need to release. Honor your biological ancestors by lighting a candle to them tonight. Okay, so maybe this is beyond, that's interesting, that it's beyond just this life. You're going 10,000 years in the future and you're looking back to forgive ancestors, or at least have some compassion and understanding for why they were the way they were, what led you to your life here today. And I truly believe we choose what family to be born into. You may not believe that, but I certainly do. So it's like, that's one way to cultivate that compassion for your ancestors, is to really feel into, like, what if I really did choose to be born into this family line? What if? Why would I choose the dysfunction, perhaps, or the chaos that is my family and everything they've passed down that maybe is not great? What am I going to learn from that? What am I supposed to learn? And for some reason that helps me cultivate compassion, because it's like, well, I chose this so that I could learn some things. And it's sort of like saying thank you to your ancestors for allowing you to learn these lessons, because they were the way they were, and things just trickled down through the family line to you, so you can deal with them now in your lifetime that you chose. And so, I don't know, that helps me have compassion for my ancestors and really try to feel like understand them a little bit better instead of judge them. And it's like, this card is making a little more sense now in the context of ancestors. It's like the Ancient Ones are like reaching out to the future, urging you forward, like poking the present day, saying, get on with it. Get on with it. You can forgive us, but then think about yourself 10,000 years from now. Like, what are you meant to be doing now that's going to ripple forward through time and really impact so many people? Are you going to step into your calling? Something's urging you, and it's saying there's nothing but the world for you here. Like, you're going to have everything, ultimate fulfillment. Like, what are you waiting for? It's like a variation on a theme. And I feel like maybe this is for a lot of us. This might be for a lot of us. And maybe one thing that has been coming to me with these readings is like more, because I know I'm not meant to do like zodiac readings, which is like, there's so much of that out there, and I watch them and I love them. I'm a Cancer. I watch all the ones for Cancer. And so there's no shade about that. It's just, I know that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. And then what came to me this past week over and over again is more about collective energies. And so I know I started by saying, like, this might be for someone specific because of the person who was in my mind and kept saying, sit down and do the reading. But maybe they're now some sort of guide, I don't know, for the collective. I don't know. But I keep getting this message that maybe my readings are supposed to be more collective energies. But then how? That's so big. And is it going to land with people? I don't have to worry about the details. I know that. Here, I'm just like video journaling here now. So I'll put a timestamp that you can ignore all of this. But oftentimes the revelations come when I'm speaking, while listening. And so and feeling into like what the message is. And yeah, these collective energies. And I wonder if it's because like this need, like I've said, I'm detaching from certain social medias even more. It's been gradual. I've been doing it for years, but like I'm done with Facebook. I'm just done. There's nothing there for me anymore. Just I'm gonna keep my account active because there's certain community groups that I live in a very small community, so it's the only way I get information sometimes that's about my community. And so that's nice. And then there's my business page, so I still want to keep that active, and I have to keep my personal account active to have my page active. So, but I'm fully detaching from social media that way and moving into more of what feels right to me in terms of cultivating just like community. That's what it boils down to. A sense of community beyond like my physical community of people who have not just common interests, but like who are really stepping into their path, their journey. I don't like that journey word, but they're really intentionally in pursuit of their own awakening. And awakening just could mean a lot of things. Spiritual awakening, personal growth, the continual like shedding of what is not of their true nature in order to reveal what is of their highest self and purpose. And so I know that message has been coming for a couple years, at least. And any angst I felt before that about just like, it's not clear what I'm supposed to be doing, but I always had this like angst about like, but what is it? I feel this like, stuckness, like, but yet this wanting to break through something. And I was like, maybe I'm supposed to live somewhere else. Maybe I'm supposed to be in a different relationship. Maybe. And it was always like, maybe it's the next job and the next job. And it was never any of those things. It was never any of those things. And so I'm so grateful now to not feel that angst. There's a little bit of like, now what I feel is like, is this the fullest expression? Is this the fullest expression of this thing? And so I think what's been coming out, especially the last week or two, is these readings. I was already moving away from, I had tried, in the beginning, just some like, let's do like different days of the week, different themes, do weekends. Like I was trying to time box things because I'm so like time based. And it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel exactly right. The messages still came through, but I knew that wasn't the hamster wheel I wanted to be on. I've been trying to extricate myself from hamster wheels in this new phase of my life these last couple of years. I'm like, if I'm trying to set up some structure around it, that's a sign that I'm trying to do the old thing, the old me, which is like, I was a project manager. What else am I going to do? Build structure. So, and I know that's not my true nature. I love to flow. I have water all through my signs, my astrology, which I'm learning about, by the way. I am going to be reading this. Oh my God, it's so heavy and big. Look. But I'm excited. I did a lot of research to see like what is, first of all, this isn't the only astrology book I plan on reading. This is just the first most consumable one for a newbie. At least that's all the reviews I read. And then I have a couple others in my cart for if I can get through this and still enjoy it. But anyway, there is something, I do believe there's truth in everything, some shred of truth in everything. It's part of our reality. There's truth in it. And so there's truth in the stars, the planets, and how they make us who we are, or how we see ourselves in them. And so there's maybe some wisdom that I can glean from understanding it better that might feed into this, and more about those collective energies. I'm following my interests, so whatever I'm being called into is what I'm going to follow. And right now it's something about collective energies, and that's astrology plays a part in that. But I'm not going to do like just readings for the signs. I know that's not for me. I don't know, that to me feels like a hamster wheel, doesn't it? Like every week coming out with like 12. That I don't want to get bored with that and do it a disservice. There are lots of people who do it so good. Let them do it the way they're going to do it. And again, that message of like, all of us, I truly believe it. All of us who are, there's a great divide happening. You feel it, right? It's like, do you want to be on the right side or the wrong side of history? That's one way to look at it. But even what is history? There's no objective reality. So it's just, are you stepping up? Are you in pursuit of your awakening, or are you not? And in pursuit is intentional stepping forward, one foot after the other on this path, no matter how hard it gets. You might have to pause and sit down once in a while and seek some help when needed, but that's not going to stop you. It might just slow us down from time to time, but it's not going to stop you. So the pursuit is an intentional unstopping. Whereas if you're not on the path, you don't even know there is a path. You don't even know there is this possibility to step into more and more of your full expression. And so these messages, I feel like, are for the collective who are meant to be stepping further in pursuit of their fullest expression. And so maybe these are just going to be messages of hope and motivation and cheerleading, and continually orienting to look at the shadow elements. That's a huge part, I know, of what comes through in my readings. And lately this week, it's been all like, rah, 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 go, go, go. There's some sort of like, ever since that full moon in Leo, it's been like, step into your full expression. That's what Leo is all about. Like, have the courage to do it. And ever since then, these readings seem to be about that. And there's something here about, don't let your ancestors hold you back. Learn what you need to learn from them. But then go forward 10,000 years in the future. You have a big legacy to create and leave behind. And I feel like those of us in pursuit of our awakening, our fullest expression, are starting to think beyond our limited ego self. We're thinking at the world stage level, the universe level, the right side of history level, if I'm just getting chills. So, like, I'm still like, am I hot or am I cold? Am I hot or am I cold? I'm chilling. So anyway, I'm probably going to stop this reading, and thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Oh my God. You guys, yeah, good thing I learned how to do timestamps on these videos. And I hope you're watching me at double speed, because sometimes I talk slowly as I'm listening. And I just treat these as like really personal connections, you know? This is a message not just for, I have to say it's for entertainment purposes, but it's more than that for me. And I hope any a little bit of this resonated with you, and hopefully as we come into community with each other in pursuit of our own individual paths, the community aspect says we're a community of support for each other, to keep urging each other, inspiring each other, motivating each other to keep going forward. And I feel so fortunate to have some very special people in my life who we can do that for each other. And now I feel like I'm being called into this collective energy reading. Who knows? Maybe some specific ones will come through for specific people, but there's something about the collective. I just don't know any other way to say it. It's very dry in my house. So with that said, I'm going to wrap this up. And thanks for watching. If you're watching. I think it's just time. There's nothing else left for us. The people who are meant to be in your life will still be there. And the people who aren't in pursuit, that doesn't mean they're not going to be in your life. I have a lot of those people still in my life, and I love them dearly. I'm not leaving them behind or whatever you want to say, but I don't necessarily feel the need to wake them up, take them by the shoulders and shake them and say, "Don't you want something greater for yourself?" No. I'm not meant to do that either. I'm just meant to love them and then still walk further on my own path. And then there are other people who will fade away from each other because of the lack of pursuit and the pursuit. It's just going to take us in wildly different directions. So there's no just saying, "See you later, everybody." No. It's like, most of my family I wouldn't get to see them again. So that's not what that's about. And I think the people who you're still going to love in this life and cherish and want by your side, even as you're walking way different paths, and you may not be able to talk about these things with each other. They just wouldn't understand you, first of all. And the words you say aren't going to land like they would with people who are in their pursuit. But it doesn't mean you won't love each other any less. And they're meant to also help you keep learning your lessons. It's like, how can we keep loving the people even when it's going to be hard? That it's like when you see somebody's potential and they don't see it, and you just want them to see it. It's that kind of and then at the end of the day, I'll just love them like they love you. I just feel like as a collective, we're being called to express our fullness of being and to just go into the stillness within, to the peace within, which a dear friend we talked about the other day, peace being what's the deepest part of us. It's on the inside, not the outside. When you seek peace, you go inward. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I think that's a good ending. The peace is inside. And so that angst is like, don't sit with that. I mean, go still find your peace. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I don't know if I'll post this or not. We'll see. Okay. Oh, cat's shenanigans. Bye.